Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of multiplayer round 38. Now this round didn't have a specific theme, but the quirk of this round was that the plots were all very long. So instead of 16 by 24 as the plots usually are, now they were 8 by 50 tiles. But yeah, I think we should do this more often because the quality in this round was incredible. Anyway, we had 20 entries in this round, so I'll start with the one that got last place, and then we'll continue on until we get to the winner of this round. Okay, in 20th place we have this entry from Shogun Samurai or Samurai Sam. Let me quickly use cutaway view, because there's a lot of stuff blocking the view in these plots. Okay, so yeah, you can see how long the plots are here. Yeah, Samurai Sam made this plot. Yeah, there was this story about the Round Earth Society being here on one end. I think there was a war with Mr. Bones, something like that. There's a forest here. Here's another section with 2 launched free falls, and here's a section with a mini golf. I think the reason people scored this so low is that it's really it looks like 4 separated areas, and there's nothing really connecting them. So yeah, when you want to do well on such a long plot, it's probably better if you have at least a ride going all over it and really connecting everything together. Now, there are some nice things here. I like this skeleton over here. Round Earth Society is quite funny. I think it's a little bit out of place here. In the mini golf, I think it's also done in a fun way, called Funeral. Funeral. Alright, let's move on to the next entry. Okay, here we have the entry from TIMidator. He made this very colorful plot here. First off, I think it's never a good idea to use this purple floor for an actual finished build. He made this dueling coaster. They duel quite well for the first part, but then here already they lose track of each other. So yeah, I think that kind of does away with the dueling. Now these buildings, they're all made of glass, very blocky, with these sculptures on top. Yeah, personally I did not really like this entry very much. Also, I allowed the players to put benches and bins on the outside of their plots, because the park was getting a bit messy. But yeah, there's also such a thing as too many benches and bins. This is really a bit too much. Okay, here we have the entry from the Warf. Let me see if I can properly select it. Alright. Yeah, he didn't finish his entry. The coaster, in fact, is still closed, so that's also why I gave it a really low score. Landscaping is unfinished here. This building here, I think it's very blocky. Yeah, it could have used some more structure to it. I do like the trees here on this end. Not sure why there's a keel path here. And the waterfall here, I think it's also quite nice. I like how the coaster would travel in front of the waterfall here. And the supports on the loop are quite nice. But yeah, that's about it for this plot. Alright, here we have the entry made by Skifia. Let's see if I can select it. Oops, I took a bit of the plot next to it. It's quite difficult to properly select them in this map. Oops, alright, here we are. Well yeah, as you might be able to tell, Skifia did not finish his entry. This building here, I think it looks amazing. There's also here a jousting arena, I think. You could see some horses going in opposite direction here sometimes. There they are. Skifia's pony deathmatch. Yeah, I think that's really cool. But yeah, again, it's an unfinished entry, so that's really a shame. The coaster that goes around here is quite unconventional, but also quite cool. So it comes out of the building here on this curved chain lift, then it does double loop, then goes around this these two unfinished buildings here, and then here it travels back to the entrance. So yeah, it's what's here is nice, but definitely should have been finished. Okay, here we have the entry made by Bieryan. He made this B&M coaster. It's launched. Not sure if he should have stuck with the B&M track. Also, this tower here, it just has this flimsy support. He should have really just put some launched freefall tower here, just like we did for the Eurofighter contest. I think it would have made it a lot better. The layout of the coaster is quite okay, I think. Here, the building for the station. It's generally a bad idea to use these mine walls for your entire building. You really have to mix it up with some other textures. And a little bit more than has been done here. So the buildings, the walls, the roofs could have used some trim. Also here we have some different trees, but I think these trees don't look very well on this flat ground. This probably some landscaping would have done, would have made this part look much nicer, or maybe extend part of the coaster to this area. So yeah, it's not bad, but it could have been much better. Okay, then we have the entry made by Jaron. Now once again, oh. Selected in the cutaway view, that's much better. So he made this really cool castle in the sandstone color. So with the coaster going around it, you can see it leave here. The coaster has launched a lift hill. I do like the way this castle looks, that's really nice. So yeah, there's a cobra roll here. The thing I didn't like about this entry was this area over here. I mean, this is just a rock floor, and just all kinds of scenery from the mine team was spammed here. I mean, I don't think it makes sense for there to be wheels and barrels and stuff just lying around together with Egyptian team stuff. Yeah, it just didn't make sense to me. So that's also why I gave it a little bit of a lower score. Overall, I do think the buildings look nice. There's also some layering going on here, even a little waterfall coming from the castle. So at least that's pretty nice. Okay, then in 12th place we have this entry from RealSteel. He made this Titanic. It's absolutely a huge structure. It is sadly quite glitchy here. I think that could have easily been prevented by just putting the walls on not on the same tiles. I like how we made these chimneys. Also, again here they're also a little bit glitchy. I clearly see it when I move around here. That's a shame. I do like how we made the smoke. That's quite cool. Yeah, there's some cables going around here between these two masts. This probably would not work with the rotor drop going through these cables. Anyway, nobody seems to be riding it, probably because the intensity is too high. So yeah, probably this entry could have been better if the boat wasn't so huge and high above the water. Personally, I probably would have made it a little bit lower, just so the deck is closer to the water, and probably I would have given it a bit more of a nice shape instead of just it being a big block. Probably also the front could have been staggered a bit backwards, maybe. But still, I do think it's cool that he recreated the Titanic. Now, something I would have also done is probably actually make a visible coaster that goes around and through the ship. So yeah, it's nice, but it could definitely have been better. And you probably shouldn't make a ride go around the tower you use for decoration. Alright, also in 12th place we have this entry made by Davy. The coaster is called Low Effort Plot by Davy. Oh yeah, I think it's quite visible. I mean, the stuff that's on this plot, well, this side I think is looks incredible, but this side is indeed quite low effort. Yeah, these buildings are very simple. I think we can say these buildings are quite boring. The coaster also nothing special really, but yeah, it's nice to see the coaster go around the area. I do like the color scheme he used for the coaster. That's these green, white, and red cars. That's pretty cool. Now, like I said, I really like the buildings in this half of the plot. That's pretty nice. But yeah, here it's a bit more simple. It's another ride going around here, just the monorail cycles. I really like the way they travel throughout this entry. That's quite cool. Okay, this entry was also in 12th place. This entry was made by Bear, and I really liked this one. It's a really nice coaster with a really cool layout. And I also love the way he did these supports. It reminds me of his of the entry he made for the for the previous contest, the Ride Recreation contest. So nice interaction here with this bridge. Really like how the coaster travels under it. These rocks also look really good. So yeah, the coaster just has a really good layout. I really like the way it looks. Also this spiral at the end, that's really nicely done. Even a little bit of a transfer track here. Lots of nice greenery. So yeah, this is I think this is very well done. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that it scored so low, but yeah, nothing I can do about that. Probably it could have used some nicer landscaping in this area, or some more stuff to look at. Okay, in 11th place we have this entry made by Kanaiva. He made this interesting coaster going through this even more interesting landscape. I really like the landscape. This is very well done. These rocks just all look very nice. It's like a little canyon, and these waterfalls, they're done very well. Yeah, just very nice trees everywhere. It's really Kanaiva's style, just little clusters of trees with bushes and flowers under them. Yeah, that all just looks very nice. Also these buildings here in the corner, I think they're done very well. They look great. So a little custom swinging ride here. Little seating area right over the water. Yeah, it all looks very cozy. So a little drop tower here, like Kanaiva always does. So yeah, I think this is done pretty well. Not sure about the color of the coaster. Maybe it would have looked better if it was a little bit more red, like the landscape. But still, I think this is a very nice job. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, then we have this entry made by Zarathustra. He made this triple launch coaster. He said he really wanted to do a coaster which would triple launch between two loops. So yeah, I think that that's quite a cool idea, and he also executed it pretty well. I mean, the station looks really nice in between these two big loops, and I also like how he did these supports around them by using inverted impulse coaster track. Now in the end he did have to use another launch section in order to get the coaster through this final loop, but I'll forgive him for that. It's actually it actually looks like an RMC. It has these typical RMC supports and crazy banking throughout the track as well. So yeah, another thing I really like about this entry is this Torii gate that he made, but actually the coaster also travels through it with an inversion. I think that looks really nice. Now, something that is a little bit lacking in this plot is the landscaping, I think. I mean, yeah, the floor here doesn't really look that interesting. Probably some water would have really helped here, or some other nice decorations. Some landscaping probably would have helped here in the middle. Okay, this is the entry made by Tommy. He made this incredible train station, also with these trains going around here, and there's even a little turntable here. So yeah, first off, this building, I think it looks incredible. There's so much layering going on here. He even used, I believe it's a coffee shop. You don't see people use that very often, but I think it works great for these little towers. Yeah, the stuff that's on top of the coffee shop, I think it works really well on top of these buildings here. So that's a great find. There's lots of nice decorations here on the walls. This is done incredibly well. I also like this this yard here with the turntable. Yeah, it reminds me of the Thomas train engine. This is, I believe that's also what this plot was inspired by. Now here it goes through an interesting landscape, also with some telephone lines. There's lots of decorations. Here we have a wooded area, also with some splits in the track. Yeah, this I think this entry has just does very well on the landscaping and the decorations. So yeah, very pleasant to look at. Colors on this entry. This coaster reminds me of Hang Time and not Sperry Farm. Yeah, it also has 4 cars per train, even a little holding brake here. It does have a really jarring transition here. This is probably something you should avoid in your parks. I don't know why the coaster train disappeared there. Probably has to do with the cutaway view. Anyway, I really like all the trees under this coaster. Yeah, they mix well. They're placed in a really nice way. Also with these rocks in between. Yeah, that's I think this is done really well. Yeah, more rocks over here. Might be a little bit too much rock spam, but I think it worked out pretty well here. There's even a little drop tower here. This is pretty cool. It's like the one I made in my Mega Park. And there's also a bigger first generation drop tower from Intamin here, also like the one I made in my Mega Park. So yeah, Ricardo, I think he did a really good job at copying these rides and yeah, changing them to fit in his entry. So yeah, I think this was really one of my favorite entries. I think the colors work really well, and the foliage and landscaping is done really nicely. Alright, here's the entry from Phoenix Wing 101. She made this triple launch coaster. It has an impressive spike here on the back, which is used for the backwards part of the launch. Incredible buildings here, again in the Asian style that she likes to build in nowadays. Yeah, the coaster has a lot of elevation change. It goes down all the way into this ravine, I guess, under the temple, through the top hat, and then back up over the hill, and then on this section again. Now, I love the big elevation changes in this plot. That makes it look really good. Also really like all these temples over here. See even a little swing ride here. What vehicles are these? Ah, they're the inverted hairpin coaster vehicles. That's pretty funny. Temple swing. Yeah, like I said, the buildings here look incredible. Yeah, what I don't really like is how this mountain is really cut off here on the side. Of course, that's what you get when you build a mountain on a plot that is 8 tiles wide. So yeah, there's no way around that. Probably what could have improved this entry was if the coaster had a little bit more color to it. I think white is a little bit bland. Overall, this is a really good entry. Okay, here we have the entry from HenkDeSuperNerd. Instead of a coaster, he went for a big river rapids to travel throughout his entry. And I really like that, because there's already so many coasters on this in this multiplayer map. The river rapids, they do take some weird turns over here. And some parts, they look a little bit dangerous. I mean, what would stop the boats from falling off here? But yeah, everything does look very nice. The stuff here is very nicely decorated. You can even look inside here a little bit. What I liked most about this entry was this fountain that HenkDeSuperNerd built here. He used this round section of river rapids track with these fountains on top and some suspended monorail track around it. Yeah, that was really cool. So these plants around it, they also look really nice. Now here's a little building at the end, and which the boats travel through, and then here they go through this this channel here on the side, and then they go up again to the top. Oh, he also made this little zip line here. Yeah, I think that also fits really well here. I like how it travels here over the river rapids. So yeah, I think this is nicely done. But yeah, it is missing a bit of that wow effect that coaster gives. Maybe he should have tried to make something really big on here. I don't know. But still, this is a very good entry, and I love to see someone build an entry without a real coaster. Okay, here's the entry made by Shen Kitchen, and damn, this looks impressive. It's one of these reverse freefall coasters, and I just love how this is integrated into this tower. This tower looks absolutely incredible. It's just new layers almost on every floor, some plants here on top. This just looks incredible. I also love these gardens on top of these broken wheels. This is probably the nicest how I've seen anybody execute this. Yeah, there's lots of structures here, lots of movement on the plot. You'll see these cog wheels here under this roof. Wires here, cables, just lots of stuff going on. Even a train track going around called Not Tommy's Train. It probably looks like it was supposed to come from Tommy's plot. It's even working. I really like the way this station for the train is done here. That looks really nice. Yeah, there's just so much to see on this entry. By the way, if you want to see these plots for yourself, you can simply download this multiplayer map from my Discord server. Then you can watch all these entries at your own pace. I mean, there's just so much to see on this plot, so I cannot possibly cover it all in this video. But yeah, you can just look around here for a long time and keep discovering new things. So yeah, incredible entry once again from Shen Kitchen. Okay, here we have the entry from Left-Handed Coffee Mug. He made this incredible plot. This is a drag race strip. I love how he made this these grandstands around it with this really nice roof above them, supported by these cables. This is really nicely done. The drag strip itself also looks really good. I love how the cars line up here. and then race each other here until the end where they break again. Yeah, this is done so incredibly well. It's really nicely decorated. I also like this finish line here, and he put a little diner here at the end to finish it off. That's really cool as well. Also an incredible building over here, even with a little round building here. Yeah, this is also how I like to make windows in a round building. Just put some of these monorail trains here, and I think that looks really nice. So yeah, great buildings here. So some garages here at the end. So yeah, I think this is a great idea for a long plot like this, and great execution as well. Great stuff. Okay, here we have the entry that got 3rd place. This is the entry from Mulpie. And just look at this. This is incredible landscaping. It's really what Mulpie is so good at. I mean, look at this waterfall. It looks incredible with all the nice plants around it. And this is even the standard palette. So yeah, that's absolutely incredible. Also, this incredible tree here. That's really Mulpie's trademark, to have these really nice trees throughout the plot. With the building in it. Even some of these supports, although they are a little bit glitchy. They're from the expansions, but I do think they look really nice. Incredible building here as well. And a really nice woody that travels throughout the plot. This was actually one of my favorite entries, so I'm really glad that it got 3rd place. And just like Shen Kitchen's plots, really go download the multiplayer map and check out this entry for yourself. It's incredible. Great job. Okay, then we have 2 entries left. We have this bridge made by Onda23, and we have this Mexican plot with the bull running from Mekkit. So I will now reveal to you who got 2nd place, and then we also know who is the winner. The person who got 2nd place is Mekkit. So I will first show Mekkit's entry, and then after that we'll continue on to the winner of this round, Onda23. Okay, let me first do this cutaway view thing. Okay, there's a really nice coaster going around here called Matador. I just love this intricate support structure. There's like 3 different types of track under it. I think it looks really nice and really clean as well. Yeah, you only really see supports where they are needed, and this hardline twisted track makes these great arches, so the path can continue under it. You can see some guests running around here. There's a sign here saying running of the bulls, and sometimes you can see the bulls come running around here. The bulls are represented by these coaster trains. I think that's a really cool gimmick. Yeah, this is so funny to watch. The coaster, like I said, done really well. Also really love this transfer track. I love this Mexican flag that was put here under this arch with these bobsleigh tracks. It really looks like these banners that could hang from something. These buildings here to the side, all incredible, really nice looking. So yeah, it really has this Mexican feel to it. So yeah, once again, incredible work from Mekkit. The station also done incredibly well. I really love how Mekkit also used these Egyptian ruins right under it. So yeah, what can I say? Incredible work from Mekkit once again. Alright, and then here we have the winner of this round. This entry was made by Onda23. He hated his entry, but everyone else loved it. I mean, this is insane work. He made this entry inspired by the Tower Bridge. I mean, just look at it. I love all the cars going around under it. Yeah, these roads just look look incredible. These towers especially look really good. I love all the different layering he did. So you can see these urban structures right under here with this brown glass in front. I think that works really well. So some really nice arches here. Different layers as you go upwards. I really like the color shift from brown to light brown to white, and with the gray roof on top. The roof also looks amazing. Here you also have a big window. Also looks really nice. I also really like the entrance gates here. Yeah, there's just so much cool stuff here, and this is executed really well. So these bridges between the towers, they look really nice. I love how he framed his name here. Some nice decorations here as well. So yeah, personally I gave this one, this creation a 10. This was my favorite entry. So I'm really glad that it won in the end. So yeah, incredible work from Anda23. Now, I already said it a few times, but if you want to check out these entries for yourself, download the map from my Discord. I highly recommend you go and watch it yourself to check for any details that I probably missed. Okay, right, a new round of multiplayer will start in a few days. If you want to join, you should get on my Discord server. Just be active in the chat, and yeah, sooner or later you'll become a trusted member, and then you will be allowed to play on my server. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.